is now time for Modern Motherhood with Jacksonville Mom. Dominique Landry is back to talk about the New Year's reset for moms. So thank you so much for joining us. Always great to see you, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And look, we're still repping the Jags. I don't care.
We are.
Okay, we love it. We love it. Duval till we die, or Duval till we die, I should say. So every January we talk about resolutions, right?
Yes.
So why is it important to maybe call this more of a reset? Because folks just have a hard time keeping those resolutions, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's hard because when we say resolution, we think something like really rigid, kind of like an all or nothing. And a lot of the times, the new year is really one of the busiest times for moms coming off of the holidays, getting kids back to schools and back to a regular schedule.
Routines.
So if you think about a reset, you can really think about what actually aligns to where you are in your life right now.
Yes.
Like what works for me given where I am versus trying to do an overhaul of everything, which is really hard this time of year.
Definitely, and it kind of puts less pressure on you in a way.
It does.
So what are the biggest mistakes moms are making when we're talking about goals? And maybe let's talk about fitness, because you're really big in that space too.
Yes. So I always try to do too much too fast.
And then we burn out, right?
You do. That's exactly what it is. Then you burn out because it's not sustainable. You didn't think, because I think a lot of times they think goals are for people that like have total control over their lives, total control over like the resources and all that stuff, and that's just, and their time. That's not the case for moms. Like a lot of what we do is based on our kids' schedule. You never know when someone's going to get sick. You don't know if work is going to be running late. And so a lot of the times you are setting these goals without thinking about all of these other things that can impact those goals.
Right.
And so when you think about trying to do like cut out a total full food group, or say I'm going to work out every day, well, that might not be the case. So if you take them in little small bites, so like literally embarrassingly small bites, right? So say I'm going to do 10 minutes of working out, or I'm going to drink an extra glass of water today. Once you start doing those small things, then you can build on that, and then you're figuring out, okay, what actually works for my routine and my schedule, and then you build from there.
So how do we keep kind of motivated then when we, let's say we don't really make the goal that week or something? We don't want to beat ourselves up over it.
Exactly.
So how do we stay motivated?
Yeah, so I think with these options, and when you're thinking through this, the idea is to give yourself a ton of grace for all of these things, right? And continuing to reset.
Yeah,
like
don't give up.
Exactly. If you reset and say, I did not make this week, you can take a step back and say, what didn't work out well and why didn't it work out well? And even, is this the right goal for me? Right. And then you're saying, okay, you're taking it week by week, or sometimes day by day, sometimes hour by hour, right? And you're saying what works out, give yourself grace and start again.
And celebrate the small wins. You can smell it too, I guess. I don't know. But so really quickly too, because I mentioned you are big in the fitness space. Tell everyone a little bit about what you do and how they can maybe follow you and kind of get some of those great advice you offer.
Thank you. So on everything fit_enough, Fit Enough with Dominique Landry. I do online training. I obviously do wellness events, and I travel and teach as well. And so I just like to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and if you need a little bit more motivation or help, you know, she's got you covered.
And always it's about sustainable fitness. So I don't do anything where it's completely restrictive dieting. I don't do anything where I'm saying you have to run an hour a day to work off anything. All of mine starts in love for your body and love for yourself, and then we go from there.
I think that's wonderful. And then they can go to JacksonvilleMom.com too if they have more, or they need more inspiration, right? Especially with those busy parents out there. So thank you so much for joining us, and Happy New Year once again to you.
Happy New Year.